Friends, we crashed. Could you imagine if I was actually streaming something of importance? Isn't it great that I'm doing these trial streams to make sure that I don't stream things that will crash in the future? Yeah, so we had the unfortunate situation of crashing. I don't really understand why. I wasn't doing anything terribly intensive on my system. It just decided to stop working. So we will pick up from where we left off. But given that this is its own standalone video on both YouTube and Twitch, I'll give us an introduction too. Hello and welcome to yet another B3D and Chill stream. B3D and Chill stands for Blender 3D and Chill, in case you didn't know. I started this a couple weeks ago as a way of keeping myself accountable and showcasing some of the progress in the work that I'm doing within Blender specifically. And unfortunately, while we were working on this piece in the previous streams, both on YouTube and Twitch, Streamlabs OBS decided to crash on me. This is now the third time that it's done this. So I will be keeping that in mind and maybe not using it moving forward if it's going to keep crashing like that and if it's not something that I can solve. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to pick up where we left off on the previous stream. We were joined by Decoded VFX, who is a Blender master in his own right, as well as Eckhart Troll, aka Ellie McQueen, who is another Blender savvy user in their own right. And I believe Enzo Wow TTV was joining us too. And if you don't know Enzo's a friend of mine who is a beast at Warzone. So huge hugs and shout outs to you for joining, Enzo. When in the before crash times, I was hitting play on this animation and it was looking good. I'm pretty happy with it. I often do bite off more than I can chew and try to add a little bit more stuff here and there just to get it looking right. There's something about this tree back here in the background that it's kind of giving away the fact that it's a card that I don't quite like this one here too, something about the way that the light is falling on it. I think I'll have to change something with those settings, and this one too. And also trees don't grow like perfectly next to each other like this, so I might have to stack them a little bit. But that's fine. We've got Greg here waiting for me impatiently. I don't blame him. I'm often late to things, not by own choice, but by circumstance. At least that's what I tell myself to help me sleep at night. And yeah, so that's where we were. And now that you're caught up, I'm going to pretend that you watched the previous one and just keep going. And if I make some jokes that were in the previous one, well, so be it. Should have been there. We'll stack these trees. I'm not liking this whole light thing. There's something I can do, I'm sure, to make the shading on these a little bit better. So let's try that out first. I think the first thing I can do, at least focusing on this tree that we're looking at now, is bring the specularity down on this one too. And this one. And this one. And I'm doing that so it doesn't have this like hazy look to it. Also, it kind of feels like the right thing to do based on what I've seen other people do. Now, the first thing I want to figure out is how I can make it shadow mode. Is it alpha clip? Or alpha hashed? One of these modes will keep the transparency from casting shadows in a weird way. Let's play with this one first, actually, since we can see this shadow that's You can't see it. There we go. This shadow here, that's what we're trying to get rid of. I'm going to very quickly check on Twitch, make sure we are still live. And looks like we are. I'm going to check the audio real quick. Yep, I hear some awful background noise. Sorry about that. If you weren't in the previous stream, maybe you missed it, but I think the solution to the background noise that you hear from my mic is just to suck it up until I get a better mic. And I think Alpha Clip worked there. We saw that shadow go away. Let's see, none. That might be even better, actually. Shadow mode, none. Alpha Clip. Maybe not. Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, that's what we want. Alpha Clip, so that tree will cast shadows on other trees. So we'll set all of these to Alpha Clip. What do we got going on here? So we got some trees, that's good. We'll add some more. The best way to do this, I think, would be to do it. There we go. And it's looking good. Let's see. Whoops. It's like we've got a rainy day here set up. Got a bunch of trees. And I want to quickly check on something here. Subsurface translucency is up for that, so I'm going to turn it on for the other things too. And see what this affords us. Not bad. Something about this tree. It's not quite right. And I'm not sure what it could be. But I think at this point I'm happy with the way that this has turned out, and would just be interested in seeing what it looks like fully rendered. I'm not sure why these lights flicker like that, and I want to find one of the frames in which they do, so I can show you what I'm talking about. We've got this light right there. It flickers through the building for some reason, and it's not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna render out a frame and see what it looks like. And I think now that we've seen this animation, oh, it looks good, and I don't see the light flickering. The trees look okay in the back. It's not bad. And I think now that we've seen what this animation looks like, I'm actually gonna call it on this. But maybe not without first adding just one other tiny detail, just because I know it'll be so much fun, between giant air quotes, for me in the editing process when I add some sound to this, to take both of these car lights here. Oops. I'm going to hit Shift D to duplicate them, G to grab them, Y to move them on the Y axis, and I will drop them here, and oh, ouch, sorry about that. Shift D to duplicate, G to grab, Y to move them, X to move them on the X axis. I'll grab this front one and make it white, yellow. Great, and then the second one follows. Grab them all. M to marry them into a new collection, call it car lights 2, because this one should be car lights 1, and making sure that I have only the objects in car lights 2 selected. I'll set let's see, set this as the starting point, press I, and just map all of those for that, and then move it along and press I. Let's actually just move it really far away so it doesn't end up, it's gonna snap back, isn't it? Yep. And we'll just go to end of the animation, move them along so that they're out of view. I, location, rotation, scale. And now we'll take one last look through it, make sure those end up there, animated along that path. Looks like it. I mean, it kind of looks like a ghost car drove by. Not bad. If I pause it here, oh, that's not the pause button. Does that tree work out in the back? Yes, it does. Great, I'm happy with that. Let's let's be sure about this car situation here. Yeah, it really does look like a ghost car's driving by. So what I'll do is I'll probably render the first 66 frames, and if I find that it just doesn't look great, or it looks very obvious that there's no car attached, I'll end up taking one of these vehicles here and just park those there. And maybe something I can do just to add a little bit more realism, since, you know, I haven't done enough already, is select these two lights up here just to see what this looks like, right? That's kind of the basis of literally this whole project. So let's model this thing just to see what it looks like, and now it's turned into this whole animation. But you know what? I love it. I can't lie to you. It's been a lot of fun. So let's see what it looks like to, if it shines too much attention on the imperfections of this photo scanned car, then I just won't keep it. But if it looks real and it helps sell the scene, then maybe it's got a place. Okay, I'm gonna bring the power down on this just a bit. If I turn it all the way to 0, do other lights go? No, okay, let's see, 10. Looks reasonable, but then it looks like, oh no, don't do any of that. But then it looks like I got some taillights out, and that's no good. Don't want to get pulled over right outside this shop. So we'll move this one here. We'll move this one. Where'd you go? Screw it, we'll delete you. Grab this one, Shift D, move it along the y-axis. This looks kind of right. It does draw a lot of attention to how messed up these cars are, but I'm kind of okay with it. Maybe we want these front lights here though to be a little bit dimmer. So instead of 10, let's give it 5. Well, no, not even 2. Nope, that's not 2. 2. 2. We'll make this 5. That looks reasonable. 5. That one's already 5. Okay, great. And maybe it makes sense for these, instead of being spotlights, to be instead of being point lights, to be spotlights. And I think we can simply change them. That's the thing about Blender. I keep saying that's the thing about Blender, but honestly, one small tiny thing becomes just so much more than you expect it to be. Nope, let's not do that. This is what the lights look like right before the car turns off. Oh, that gives me an idea though. So we'll make this go ahead, hit M, new collection, car, lights, 3. And what we'll do is we'll select all of this, go here, and go to the beginning. I'm going to quickly mute myself. So I foolishly started moving these lights in the middle of an animation, so they snap back to place. That's sad times, but you know, these things happen. So I'm just gonna move them all back. I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. Great. And so what's happening now is we've selected all the lights, and I want to keyframe them. So I think I can do that by hitting I. Yep. Over. I wonder if that will apply to all of them. Yes. No. To some of them. Okay, great. And then, so that's on frame 1. And I think what I'll have it. Oh, what the hell is happening? Oh, what have I done? So looks like they also have select objects. Just these. That's fine. They also have keyframes about location, rotation, and scale. So we want to get rid of those. There we go. And now we can go back to the first frame. And so now that we've selected the first keyframe for I think all of these, even though I only see 3 of them, we'll go to about this spot here, at which point I think I'll here, where I think I'll set another keyframe. Yes. Perfect for all of them. So we'll just make sure we'll go through, click on all of them, hit I to set a keyframe, I to set a keyframe, and you got to make sure you hover over power so you can set the keyframe. Otherwise, this won't work. And just to be super sure, I'll hit I as well. And now we can set them all to 0 watts so that they'll be on. And 0. Yep. And so they should be dimming here. But they're not. What the hell? Alright. Interesting. Well, why is this the case? Let's go one by one. Sometimes that's just what you gotta do. So the keyframe for this one, power is at 5. When we get here, alright, maybe we'll do it here then. We'll set 0 and then I. And this means that once it gets here, it will shut off. Perfect. Alright, so we just gotta make sure that we do that in the same spot for all the other ones. So we'll go here, set this to 0, enter, and then hovering over it, we'll hit I, set that frame. That will do it for this one too, because they're attached for some reason. 0, and then hovering over this, we'll hit I, set that keyframe. And now, because I am the way I am, I just want to move this back a little bit for timing's sake. Oh, but I want to make sure I do it for all of them. So grab this one. Move the off frame to 85. Grab these. Move the off frame to 85. And so now when we're scrolling through, they'll shut off there. And the whole point of that is that when I do the sound design for this, I want it to start. And actually, before we play that, save. That's my reminder to save, your reminder to drink water, my reminder too. That's my water bottle bell right there. And I'm officially out of water. Gonna hit play, hide the outlines, zoom in a little bit. So we see the light of the car that's driving by, vroom, or whatever sound cars make as they drive by, pavement, like stuff on the road. Lights will go off. We'll hear like a chip chip, like car sounds. And we'll just both stand there like really stoic. And I want to pause it here just to see what this light is looking like. It looks way too much like somebody placed a light here just for the sake of lighting a subject. So we can fix this by bringing it back a little bit. In this case, we'll just bring it all the way back. Bring it back, bring it back. There we go. Bring it up. We can angle it just a little bit. And maybe we can make the size, maybe we'll make it 2 meters. That's quite big actually. It's like 6 foot light. That's fine. Okay. That's it. That's as much as we're doing with this project. If you've joined me for all 7, thanks so much for joining. If you're watching this one or you haven't watched any, thanks so much. I appreciate all the support from friends that have joined and watched these streams. It's been a lot of fun. I'm obviously going to keep it up, but not with this project. We're calling it done with this one. Hey, Rob is here. We're calling it done with this one, but I learned a lot and had a lot of fun in the process of making it, and that's kind of the point in it. So, that said, found one more thing that's kind of bugging me. Damn it. And it's this light. I'm guessing it's from the car. Yeah. Okay, I promise this is the last thing. Car lights. Blender will be the death of me. Car lights, we'll move it all the way back. This will be the starting position. Location, rotation, scale. There we go. And now, yes, because I like this kind of like dark beginning here without those lights in the way. Alright, sweet, and now I'm going to render it. You won't get to see that bit because it'll take forever on this device, but you'll get to see the finished product, which will be up on this channel, and it'll be the first B3D and chill finished piece that goes up. So, yay! Bye bye, everybody. I wish I had music to play us out, so I'll just doo. That's a goodbye tune. Bye. Remember to rebake the light before you render. Oh yeah, what a boss. Let's do that. Grab this light. Indirect lighting. Bake indirect. I expect custom music next time. Hey, Shadan is here. Good morning. Dude, what a journey. We're almost at the finish line. I didn't take your advice and I didn't add rain for this one yet, but we're done. And I'll learn how to do rain for the next one. We got those lights baked. Oh, looking good. And we're gonna bake this out, render it, and it will be sweet. Alright, that's it for me. Bye, y'all. Yeah, of course. Shadan says, thanks for streaming in my time zone. Next time I'll do a late night stream my time zone, early day stream your time zone, so we can hang out.